There's been over 47 major updates in Bloons TD6, and in that time, some towers have gone from being very good to not that great. So let's take a look at 3 strategies that used to be meta. We're going to start off with Striker Jones and Druid of the Jungle, and you might say this is very weird, but back in version 8.0, there was a very significant bug that stayed in for a long time that just insta-killed stuff. So this is a clip just from a stream way back when, years and years ago, and as you can see there in the first clip, the Druid insta-killed the bad. Yes, it can do that. It insta-kills the outer layer. You can see here on round 75, for example, all the BFBs, they kind of just turn sideways. Sometimes they turn sideways like off screen, and all the insides just leak out. So you could have just a Druid, if paired with Striker Jones, if this was a bug of course, it would literally just insta-kill stuff. The same thing would also happen with mortars, the Shell Shock Mortar. It would be able to stun Moab. So there's something with Striker Jones being able to pop black balloons and allowing other towers to pop black balloons, but would like go further than that for some reason, and would allow some of these towers that usually don't affect Moabs to affect Moabs in terms of insta-killing and then stunning them. So yeah, as you can see, it no longer does this. This bug was patched out actually like quite a while after the update, but this was a long time ago, version 8.0. That's kind of like roughly where I started playing. I started playing at the beginning of version 7.0, I believe. So yeah, moving on, we'll take a look at another example in this game though, and that's going to be the recursive cluster spam. This used to literally just be everywhere. I know Shy Guy Mask talks all about recursive cluster spam, but back then it wasn't with permabrew or 024 bombs. It was just a ton of 204 bombs, like literally just a lot of them, and that's really what people would use to beat chimps. You just get Striker Jones and spam them around. And as you can see here, I'm going to be taking the old strat a bit further by getting a few more 030 druids and the 320 mortars to hopefully stun something up with this long gone bug. But this is kind of what like a game of chimps back then would look like very commonly. You just have that bug running up and then a bunch of recursive clusters. Of course, these guys they'd only be insta-killing the top layer of these Moabs, so you just get rushed with a ton of ceramics. So I guess that really helped out a lot. But even further than that, recursive cluster spam was just used a lot. And then it was later paired with something else, or just this one strategy in particular. But this one was really funny and a staple for an extremely long time. It is the Comanche Commander. This was back then when Comanche Commander was OP, then got nerfed and was like totally useless, and then it's come back recently. But this was when you took the Comanche Commander and placed it straight in the corner. Now, if you have been playing more recently, well, I guess not more recently, like if you've been like an OG player, you know what this is. But to someone who's been playing not since forever ago, this would look very ridiculous too. But this was an interaction where Alk buff would permanently apply to the sub towers, but it would run out on the main tower. So what people did was they put the main Comanche all the way in the corner so it didn't attack at all, meaning Alk had 100% uptime on the sub tower. So basically you got a permabrew on the mini Comanches only. Now this was also back when you set a target, the mini Comanches would just follow pursuit like usual. So normally the mini Comanches would be flying across the map, but there you had 100% Alk buff time. You just put the main heli in the corner and it goes very well. It was extremely overpowered. It literally destroyed everything, and it was just an insane combination. So yeah, that was one of these old strategies. Well, actually 3 old strategies in one. This might be what some of your chimps games way back in the day would have looked like, probably without the striker bug because that was exclusive to 8.0, but for a long time this is what chimps would look like. Today it's not that good. We just barely won on Monkey Meadow with pretty much just recursive spam. So yeah, let's move on to another one, and this one is a little more select, but it is the perishing potion spam. A long time ago, I guess more so in the expert chimps community, there was a bunch of players who were just spamming perishing potions. It was Holy Pea Shooter mostly on Reddit, but the whole idea is that you just get a lot of these and they do good damage, I guess. They do good damage to fortifieds and they can strip the fortification off ceramics. And also I believe this, was it before Mortar? No, I don't think it was before Mortar did that, but it was just a weird thing. And you'd see some Chimps games with like a whole bunch of just perishing potions lined up at the bottom to do some weird stuff. So I decided just to go on moon landing because here it might be good and get a whole bunch of them. They really didn't do anything. I had Etienne and the biggest one in the corner kind of just doing stuff. I think the biggest one really did the bulk of the damage here, but you'd see some Chimps games with just random amounts of perishing potions at the bottom, and it was kind of funny. Definitely an old strategy that you don't see anymore, and really in terms of effectiveness, it's not really effective at all. There's way easier ways to do cleanup, and for fortified specific damage, you're just literally going to be getting more damage. Or if you're lazy, you can get shattering shells and just defortify absolutely everything. So anyways, this Chimps run on moon landing, it's a very easy map, but it also came very close down to the wire, and really biggest one and Etienne were doing pretty much everything. So this was a comment that I got on a bunch of the other top 3 strategy videos, and where is the old mauler, and here it is. So when we were looking at the maulers, we're not looking at the assassin spam because that is a viable thing, although you still really don't see it anywhere else because I guess people don't like the spam strategy aspect. But this is what the old mauler spam look like. It's way different from what I would do or show now, where we get a bunch of assassins up with primary expertise. It looked way different and it was way crazier, and it is not effective in the slightest for a few reasons. So we're going to be starting off with Striker Jones. We're going to get like a crossbow into a cluster bomb to help out, and then I'm going to be getting a primary mentoring. That's kind of normal, but now we're getting spike balls. So we're having spike balls deal with a lot of the ceramics, and now we get just a ton of 130 bomb shooters around a primary mentoring. We won't be getting primary expertise, we're getting several primary mentorings and just spamming as many Moab maulers around it as possible, with just a few spiked balls for some extra cleanup here and there. Whatever camos the mortar doesn't miss, that will clean up also. So anyways, what happened to these guys? These guys got nerfed a lot. They used to have an insane amount of ceramic damage, so you just get a ton of Moab maulers and they destroy everything. Now they can't do shit to ceramics, and it's really embarrassing now. In fact, in this run on round 91, I leaked to a ceramic even with like this much Moab maulers, which was absolutely crazy. But yeah, they just don't do anything to ceramics anymore. This is also a super time consuming setup. You have to place so much stuff. It's just way easier to get primary expertise because that has good cleanup. You can get a bunch of assassins, they get super good cooldowns. This is just a very outdated way of doing it, but this used to be the meta. It used to be like the strategy. This is how you beat bloody puddles, all that stuff. Like bloody puddles, quad mostly. Ouch was more so Grandmaster Ninja at the time still. But yeah, usually you'd end up pairing it with one Sabo, but as you can see, the Moabs go down pretty fast, but you can see the ceramics, they just trail all the way down to the bottom and eventually get picked up by the spike balls, which in itself also got many nerfs. The spike balls used to be like the top tier tower for cleanup, but now you really don't see them anymore. I don't get spiked balls often. If I do, it's usually spiked mines, and as you can see there, round 98 still ran through. The ceramics just get everywhere, so yeah, no longer good strategy. You can use Pex though, Pex Assassins, it's great. Thanks for watching. If you want to help out the channel, you can check out these new videos, like and subscribe for more content, support the channel by becoming a member, and joining the Discord to chat with the community. Bye!